Don't do this to me today. Can you guys hear me now? You guys should be able to hear me now. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Can you guys hear me now? I feel like the Verizon guy. YouTube, can you guys hear me now? You guys should be able to hear me now. Let me know if you guys can hear me now. Yes, you can. Okay, good. I don't know what happened just now. This program loves to act stupid sometimes. I don't know why it wasn't picking up the mic, but you guys can hear me now. All right, perfect. Sorry about that. Technical difficulty is there, but we are up and running again. So we have a little bit of news today, ladies and gents, boys and girls. At 10 o'clock today, Powell is talking today. This guy, man, puts everybody to sleep when he's talking. So we have to look out for this fella at 10 o'clock today. We will see what that's going to do with the markets today, pretty much. So we will have no live stream tomorrow. All right, guys. I have a family event that I have to attend in the morning, which starts at 11 a.m. tomorrow. So I cannot be live tomorrow. So, so just a heads up on that. Just a heads up. So we'll be back live on Friday. We'll be back live Friday. Okay? Okay. So everybody knows it's pinned to the chat. I guarantee you some people are going to jump on live tomorrow. Where's Charlene? Where's Charlene? Same people that are on here today. One of you is going to come on tomorrow and say, where's Charlene? After you just heard me say that I cannot go live tomorrow. Someone's going to say it. So my DM's going to blow up. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? And yeah, it's going to be that. So yeah. So this is a trade that my private group caught yesterday, which was lovely. This played out to the T. Took a lot of patience waiting to see what price was going to do here, but this thing continued to drop and it hit TP literally to the T. It was just a perfect analysis, a perfect trade. Some people were able to catch it or catch some of it, but I believe it was a 200 point, almost 300 point drop. That was yesterday after we ended the YouTube live. We stayed on private for a little bit and we were able to analyze. It was giving us a lot of noise around the retest area here at this low, but the zone was perfect. I did not remove the zone because I wasn't entirely sure about the retest area, and it did respect that zone, so it's a good thing I kept it there even though price broke through, and it retested it and continued to go bearish. So that was a excellent trade yesterday. So any of you who were able to catch it, especially off the analysis that I gave you, give yourself a little pat on the back there. So be back on Freaky Friday. It's always someone that don't know what's going on at work. I'm telling y'all, it's always somebody who's just in la la land and they don't listen to jack shit, and it's like, come on, buddy, I just talked about this, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into our analysis for today. let's do it. Let's get right into it. We already know we have news dropping in about 20 minutes. I'm sorry, 40 minutes. With Powell talking, about to put everybody to sleep like he always does. Hopefully his words are able to move the market ever so slightly. But if not, we will see. We will see. So let's get into our analysis here. I'm going to leave my zones there just now. What's all this? What's all? Oh, I was back testing. Yeah, there we go. Yes, sir. All right. So on US30 today, we are bullish. We are still very bullish. Yesterday was bearish. Today, I think we're going to go nicely up. We've already began our ascent on up. So there's really not much to it in the way of an analysis. I mean, it's pretty clear cut. Now, here's the thing. On the higher time frame here, there's a bit of this happening, right? Where the lower highs are it's making lower highs now instead of higher highs. So we have to keep that into, keep that in mind. Price is going to come back to retest this area here, which was our previous area before of, resistance, held support. Now it's holding again right around there. So, we have to see what price is going to do when it taps into this area. I firmly believe it will tap into that area sometime today, be it with the 9:30 whiplash or with the 10 o'clock news that we're going to be expecting later on today. So we are 80 points away from there. We are 80 points away from there. Not a bad move, not a bad catch for the buy continuation there. We're gonna hit this area. Question is, are we going to break it and continue bullish, or are we going to reject and continue bearish? That is the $1 million question. So we're gonna see. Toca boca, toca boca, toca boca. Yeah. So that's a $1 million question. So those of you that wish to take buys from this position here, you're more than welcome to. It's risky. It's a very risky buy. With the 9:30 open right now coming with 10 o'clock news brewing. But I think we're going to continue up. This is not my entry confirmation, so I will not be taking an entry there. But if someone put a gun to my head and said, hey, take a trade now, buy or sell, it would be a buy. It would be a buy. All right. If we buckle on down to the 30 minutes. So I did glance at the charts last night. I went for a light jog last night, and when I came back, price was kind of lingering here. And then it looks like at London session, what do you know? London session open, we had a nice little push and price began to take off, form a newfound area of structure there and start pumping away. So as you can see here, we see the market rejected, came down, pushed up, came down, and off we go. Okay, so that's why I see price continuing to these highs to retest this area. Might even retest these highs up here, because we do have a really nice supply zone sitting here that hasn't been tapped into yet. And this was also yesterday's low. So if we can break yesterday's low, more than likely we're going to continue up. I'm sorry, not yesterday's low, the day before yesterday's low. So if we can break that high, most likely we'll probably, continue bullish from there. So I like it. I like it. Area held, resistance, 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 up, retest, support, 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 bye-bye. It's very clean, very straightforward. There's not that much to it. US30, guys, is not a difficult pair to trade if you know what you're looking for. If you don't know what you're looking for, it's very difficult to trade. If you do know what you're looking for, then it's not that difficult at all. Okay? The sound is very low. Can you guys hear me okay on YouTube? Because everyone said they could hear me just fine. Now someone is saying the sound is low. you might need to just adjust your volume on your computer. Sometimes the simplest fix can solve all of your problems before you jump into the chat and say something. I have a feeling it will be strong and break through, Charlene. I'm not sure why, but I can't shake the feeling. We all get those feelings. We all get those feelings. I don't know why I can't shake the feeling. I have a feeling it will be strong and break on through. You know what? You wouldn't be wrong in that assessment. I believe because US30 is naturally a bullish pair. It's been super duper bullish since November, December of last year. It's not showing any signs of slowing down. I did some research yesterday, guys. I did some research yesterday. Well, not really research. I was just kind of browsing to see what is happening with the US economy. Are we really in a strong economy right now, or are we not? Okay, because I came across a ton of YouTube videos yesterday that talked about the fact that a lot of people are right now struggling. They're saying that a lot of people are struggling. They inflation, interest rates are killing people right now. They don't know how they're gonna survive. They don't have any savings. Some people don't have health insurance. It was sad. I'm actually gonna show you guys some of the videos, some of the commentary that I was watching yesterday, and it's so confusing to me. And the reason why it's so confusing to me is you see things like Super Bowl, for instance. Let's talk about Super Bowl. Super Bowl tickets were going for thousands and thousands of dollars. And there wasn't one empty seat in the building. Vegas traffic was out of control. Hotel rooms were booked out. Like there wasn't a room available. Even the Roach motels were booked out. So I look at that and I'm thinking to myself, you know, where are these people that are claiming that the economy is bad and that, you know, people are suffering right now? Where are they? Because if you look on, let's say, TikTok, I was on YouTube yesterday. I wasn't on TikTok too much, but I was watching TikTok clips on YouTube regarding that. And the other day, I took my in-person class to dinner on the third day. You know, I always do that. I take them to dinner on the third day. And the restaurant was packed. There was an hour and a half, almost 2 hour wait to be seated. So I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Because where are these people that supposedly are broke? Where are these people that are suffering? Because everyone else right now is chilling. So I get it. You're going to have, you know, people on both ends of the spectrum. You're going to have people that are okay right now. We're going to have people that are struggling. But I'm just trying to figure out, you know, where it just doesn't, the math is not mathing. That's basically what I'm trying to say. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Charlene, trust me, there have been tons of layoffs. I believe you. I believe you. But from what I'm looking at, I mean, McDonald's is giving $500 hiring bonuses just to get people to come in the door and apply to work. You know, it's like I don't really see a shortage of jobs. I don't see a shortage of I don't know. Maybe I'm just not out there enough. I need to crawl out from under my rock, I guess. I don't know. But it's very, very confusing to me because I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. So I'm trying to figure that out and correlate that to the charts, to correlate that to the financial news that comes out. I think Biden said he was relegating credit card companies to $8 late fee maximums. So they can't charge anything more than $8. I mean, that's fine and dandy and all, but if you ask me, I think he should start with inflation. I think inflation should start going down because, I mean, $6, $7 for a loaf of bread is insane to me. You know, $5 for toothpaste is insane to me. $8 for eggs is insane to me. It really is. I don't know, like, how they expect people to live and eat and just be okay off charging people that much money for basic necessities. That's crazy to me. How high things are, you know. I feel bad for the people that are struggling. I feel bad for the ones that feel like they have no way out, that, you know, they cut back over here, but yeah, this goes up. Car insurance is going up for absolutely no reason. No reason. Which is nuts to me. You could have no claims, no accidents, no tickets, no nothing, and you just get the next month you get your bill and it's like $100 higher. It's crazy, you know. So I feel bad. I feel bad for what's happening. I don't think it's gonna last. They're calling it a silent recession. We're in a silent recession. I don't think it's going to last. It can't last. It's going to collapse because we cannot sustain going like that. We just can't. So I don't know what the government plans on doing. They're probably just going to start printing more money, which is what's hurting us in the first place. You know, we're over here sending money to Ukraine, to Israel, to all these other places, and we have our own problems right here at home. You know, I'm not saying we shouldn't care about all the other people that are out there, but at the same time, how about we take care of problems here first, right here at home? Homeless, debt, the debt crisis, all that shit. Let's take care of that, and then we can look into helping out other people if we have the extra income. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they're calling it a silent recession. People are silently suffering right now, but a lot of people aren't either. A lot of people aren't. Those that are buying Super Bowl tickets, those that are in restaurants every other night, you know, those that are out there, you know, living their best lives. No one, you know what I'm saying? It's so confusing to me is all I'm saying. So I'm going to show a couple clips and we're going to talk about it a little bit to try to get an idea of what's going on here. US30 is moving up ever so nicely right now. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Let's see us continue up here. If you took these buys, awesome, good stuff. If you won, if you're holding your buys, good shit. But let's see, are we going to break this area here, or are we going to reject and come tumbling down? I would like to see us push up a little bit higher. That would be lovely to me, and see what we do there. I'd like to see that happen. So we're going to see. That's what we're gonna see. Shard, just allow me 2 minutes on oil, please, respectfully. Shane, if you can be a little bit patient today, that would be great. Okay, majority of us on here trade US30. US30 is moving right along here. There's no need to look at oil right this second. I'm just waiting to see what US30 is going to do so I do not miss a potential entry. If you want to look at oil, I'm quite sure you have a computer or a laptop or a phone or some type of device in front of you where you can easily hop on over to oil yourself and look at it. Okay? I will look at oil in a moment. Be patient and we will move right along to our different pairs. I have not forgotten about what we're looking at. Just give me some time and we will get there. Okay? Okay. Yes, 30. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, sir. We're moving on up to the east side. We're moving on up to the east side. We're in a recession, but we're giving billions to another country. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Crazy. It's crazy to me. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And I'm not saying we shouldn't help other countries, but sometimes we be sticking our noses in things that ain't got shit to do with us. I'm telling you. We stick our noses in things that have absolutely nothing to do with us. And sometimes it does, you know, indirectly have, you know, all of our countries, we're all connected in some kind of way. We all barter with each other. We all do deals with each other. You know, the presidents, the politics, I get it. But how are you going to take care of somebody else's problems when you have all these problems of your own right at home? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. It's like you're in a relationship and you're going through things with your spouse, but you want to help your brother or your sister fix their relationship, and your relationship is in the dumpster. How are you going to help someone else and you can't help yourself first? Yeah, the student loan debt is nuts. It's crazy. You have people with 2, 3, 4 degrees, 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees, working regular jobs that can't even get the job that they want. I just it's very sad. It's very sad. It's very sad. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And you know what? I see all these people you know, complaining about what's happening. I get it. People have kids. It's tough, especially if you have kids. It's the ones with kids I see crying the most about what's going on. And to be honest with you, I feel like it should be used as motivation, because I'm a different breed, right? People can say, oh, well, Charlene, it's easy for you to say that, you know, you don't have this, you don't have to worry about this, that, whatever, da, da, da. But I know what it's like to be broke. I know what it's like to have nothing. I know what it's like to feel like you don't have anything to show for your hard work. I know what it's like to feel trapped and drowning. I know what that feels like. So you can't say, well, you're in a better position, so you can't talk. But I can talk. I can talk because I've been there. I've been there. So I can talk just like you guys. But you know what? You got to pull yourself out of it, because no one cares. Everybody has their own problems or the same problem as you. So you can choose to complain and to cry about it, or you can find a way to get yourself out of it. You have to, because what are you gonna do? Roll over and die? Some of these people were crying on their posts, and I'm just like, yeah, but you have to wake up tomorrow and you have to do the same thing all over again. You have to find some kind of solution. You can't cry every single day. You can't wake up and sit on your couch and just wallow in misery every day. You got to get up and do something. You have to do something. And it's very you know, it's hard for me to look at these people and say, okay, you know, okay, it's gonna be okay, coddle them and stuff. And you can't. You're an adult. World we live in sucks, but you know what? At the end of the day, it boils down to you. It boils down to you. It doesn't matter what president we have. It doesn't matter if it's a Republican, if it's a Democrat. It doesn't matter what is going on around you. At the end of the day, if you want something or you want to do something, it's going to be up to you. It's not going to be up to the president. It's not going to be up to politics. It's not going to be up to the issues, the political issues we have going on in the world. It's not going to be up to any of that. It's not. It's going to be up to you. It's going to be up to you. So they need to put age restrictions on presidency. Old man Biden needs to be in a retirement place. Yeah. A lot of us just know there is always more to the government than meets the eye. They always have to be lying to people. But best thing is to get this chart money and come out alive. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Enough of the sad talk, please. This is not sad talk. We're talking about real world issues here. Real life stuff that everybody on this live is probably going through, has gone through, or will go through. So this is not just sad talk. We're not sitting here playing violins all day, all night. We are actually discussing things that people can actually relate to. So if it doesn't satisfy your taste buds, you know what you can do. All right. So Looks like we rejected this support and we're trying to find our way back down. A lot of volume right now. A lot of volume right now. This is all before Powell speaks. This is all before Powell says something today. I wonder if we're just going to come tumbling on down to this support here. That's going to be crazy if we do. It's going to be almost a 200-point drop in a 15-minute span. Lots of volume on this Wednesday, on this beautiful Wednesday. Life tests you on the daily. You do about, okay. Y'all gotta make sure you guys are spelling stuff properly in the chat, because if I have to decipher what you're saying, I'm just gonna skip it. Can't always pour from an empty cup unless the cup isn't empty. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. That is very true. I wish people would stop telling this woman what she can and can't talk about on her own stream. Real talk, man. Show this woman respect on her platform. If you can't do it, then exit stage left, bro. That's the thing. Like, I don't understand what you guys want me to talk about on here. You guys want to just... Yesterday, I was super quiet on the live. We weren't talking about much. We talked about charts. We had a little chit-chat over here, and that was it. Now I am trying to talk about things, and some of y'all still have an issue with it. I don't know. You can't win for losing. You guys just want to talk candles? Is that it? Let me know if you guys just want to talk about trading. If you guys only want to talk about candles and wicks and structure and bullish and bearish, you guys let me know. And this will be one of the most boring lives on YouTube. Y'all let me know. It ain't like I'm talking about nail polish. It ain't like I'm talking about butter. We're talking real life stuff here. And people are complaining. I don't get it. I don't get it. Can't please everyone. You got that right. You got that right. I give y'all story times. We talk about life stuff. We crack jokes. We have a good time. I go on my little rants. We have fun on here. And yet some of y'all still want to complain. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should come on here and talk about toothpicks. That would be sad talk right there. If I sat here and talked for an hour about toothpicks. Come on. It's real life shit going on in this world. And some of y'all don't give a shit. You should give a shit. Because at any point, the tables could turn. Nothing is guaranteed tomorrow. Nothing is guaranteed for us tomorrow. If you think you're holier than thou and you're sitting up on your soapbox and you think that ain't shit that's happening can affect you, go on living like that. Go on living like that, and let's see where you are in a couple years. Let's see where you are in a couple years. That's all I'm saying. Have some compassion, guys. It's not like I jumped on here and we didn't talk about the charts at all. I literally told you guys what I'm waiting for to happen here. And then we get into all the other stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do with you guys. And what kills me is you guys are some grown ass people. I would understand if you guys were children doing this shit. Okay, you're a kid. I'll let you get away with murder because you're a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old or some shit. Y'all are some grown ass people doing this shit. Alright? And then you have people in my Zoom group that don't know how to mute their mic when they have background noise like that. Mic wide open, and they just got all types of background noise going crazy. No disrespect, it's a personal choice, the situation that people are in. Sad talk may have been the wrong way to describe it. I'm all about people doing their best. I disagree. I don't think it's a choice that people are struggling. Nobody chooses to struggle. Nobody chooses to have their car insurance go up, to have their interest rates go up, to have their mortgage go up, to have their rent go up, to have their child care go up, to have their health insurance go up. Nobody chooses that. So no, I disagree. You're more than welcome to have your opinion on things, but there are a lot of things that I feel like some people did not choose. We're taught in life to go get a job, to go to school, get a good job, get degrees, buy a house, have 2 kids, get married, have a dog, white picket fence. That's what they tell us we're supposed to do. But everybody doesn't have the same opportunities. Everybody doesn't have the same chances everybody else does. You can try and try and try and try and try, and something can definitely hold you back sometimes. You know? It's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess. Look at oil, guys. Look at oil. Ooh, 7 o'clock this morning. So oil went bullish after the drop from yesterday. Oil did this garbage yesterday. This is what I didn't like from oil yesterday, guys. This is this nonsense that oil did yesterday. This was new to me. Because when oil pushed up like this, I haven't seen this happen often on oil, where it'll push out of like breaking structure and it'll come back, retest it, and then continue like normal market structure should do. I don't always see that with oil. With oil, it's either going up or it's going down. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird to me. It's weird to me that oil did this yesterday, because even though it moved a lot, right? We saw it go up, go down, go up, and then it literally came all the way back down when I anticipated that it was going to go up from this area yesterday. Being that it broke structure, it came back and it played around here for a while before it went down. But that gave me the indication that it might have continued going bullish, especially since we had already tapped into these supports several times. So I'm like, oh, we're probably going to go up from here, you know, creating higher lows here. Yeah, we should pump. But nope, we broke all types of resistance, everything. And still. So here, this thing is going up, honey. This thing, what time did this start pumping? At 8 o'clock this morning. 8 o'clock this morning. Wow. Now she wants to go up. Now, right? What I was looking for to happen yesterday is happening now. This move here is what I thought it was going to do yesterday. It's what it's supposed to have done yesterday. It was supposed to break, retest, and fly. Break, retest, and that's what it did today. Crazy. I think oil was on its period yesterday, and now it's okay. It's on the tail end. Now it wants to behave itself. That's what I think. Because it was supposed to do that yesterday, and it did not. So yeah, sometimes you're going to get thrown for a loop, you know. But as long as you follow your rules, guys. Follow your rules, and you'll be fine. Follow. 1 second, guys. I need to return this text message. Un momento. A2, A3. This song is junk. Ugh. We used to have like 700-800 people on every day. Now it's down to the 500-600 mark. I guess everybody preferred the earlier time, the earlier start time, or the other 300 people were my gold people that were like, you're not trading gold anymore, man. Now we gotta find another live stream, but that's okay. That's okay. So guys, this rejection and this drop from here, there was no real entry opportunity. 930 pumped up and then turned around and went right back down. That's not typically my entry confirmation, so no entries there. We will wait and see if another opportunity shall present itself. Okay, okay. US30 has been really testing me lately with these sharp moves that it likes to give with these horrible entry confirmations. Look at that, 100-point drop in one 30-minute candle. Two one zero two. All right. So let's talk about other scenarios here with US30, right? Because if US30 stays below this area here, that's great. That means we're beginning to create bearish structure and we're maintaining that structure, where we don't have to worry about the buys taking off too much anymore. If this area that held the support can now hold as a newfound area of resistance. So what I'd like to see is for price to do a little something like this and then find its way on down and do the same thing here and start slowly creating structure as it continues going bearish, which would give us great opportunities to look for trades because we have enough data on the bearish end than we have on the bullish end. So that's what I want to see. That's what I'd love to see for US30 to do. Okay, so we'll wait on the next opportunity. Okay, oil here. Oil doesn't pull back that much, guys. Oil does not pull back that much at all. When she goes, she goes. So you gotta just jump on that train while it's already taken off sometimes, because it don't really pull back like that. Usually the pullbacks are very minimal, especially in session. Out of session, not so much. I haven't really back tested it too much outside, like Asian session, even London session. I really didn't look at it too much. It was mostly New York, and it doesn't like pull back that much. And when I say pull back, I don't mean in the way of a retest. I mean like the retracements. The retracements ain't that crazy. So It's just smooth. It's just smooth. Sometimes, like I said, it's you know, it's a little bipolar, but for the most part, it's pretty smooth. It's pretty smooth. So there's that. Okay, there's that. Let me show you guys something real quick. I got this question a lot yesterday. So a lot of you guys were asking, hey Charlene, where do you go to look up oil future prices, how to find information on the futures and things like that? The website you guys want to go to is called cmegroup.com. cmegroup.com. Okay, and when you go here, you go over, you can take a look at it, you can read through it, you know, navigate a little bit. You have soybean oil futures. It shows you the price. It shows you, you know, agriculture, energy, equity. Some people do trade corn, which I found out in my in-person class. Some people trade oil. Some people trade, look at this, cattle futures, wheat futures, Australian dollar futures, 2-year note future, gold future, silver. Everything is here, guys. Everything is here on this website for you to research and find what it is you're looking for. But you want to go over to markets, okay, and look for the future that you trade, whatever it is you trade. Coin, soybean, I have WTI, crude oil, that's what I look at. S&P 500 for my NAS traders. I'm sorry, S&P for my S&P traders. And then E-mini for NAS, those of you that trade NAS. I know a lot of you love NAS, all that. Okay, gold, copper, and then you can hit all products if you don't see your future there, and it will show you all the other ones for you to look at. Okay, or you can browse by the name that it falls, or the category that it falls under here. And yes, they do have FX here for Forex. Okay, so for shits and giggles, we can look at crude oil, which is where I'm at right now. Okay, once you click on crude oil, so here we are, crude oil, features and options, the global index code. The code you're going to be looking for to trade it is right here at the top. It tells you what the price is right here. So it says last price is $79.72. If I hop on over to my chart, I'm at $79.82. Okay, $79.82.84. Let me go to my TradingView account real quick. Hold on, because I don't think it's updating on my desktop version. Un momento. Let's go here. There we go. Yeah, it's updated on here. Okay, $79.82. Because on your TradingView account, guys, you have to pay to get updated data, because the data lags by 20 minutes, I think it is. So you have to pay extra. I think it's like $5 or $7 a month for you to get the updated prices, so you can be making sure that you're trading the right price. Okay, so you see here it says $79.80. If we go back to where is it here? Oh, right here. If we go back up here, $79.74. If you want, you can refresh it to see. It usually updates in real time, but for the most part, you can refresh it. Okay, so when you come here, you look for the volume and OI. Okay, that's what you want to look at when you come to crude oil futures. Volume and open interest, that's what OI stands for, open interest. You want to make sure you're trading the right one. You're always trading the front month. If you don't know what that means, look it up. Okay, you're trading the front month, and you want to make sure you're trading the one that has the highest volume. Okay, the most volume is the one. It's usually the one right at the top. Right at the top. Okay, they have June, May, April. Usually the one that has the highest volume. That's the one you're going to be looking for to trade. And it also tells you where do I go again? I forgot where you go for. Is it specs? Oh yeah, it is specs. Okay, and it tells you what each tick is worth based off how much you're going to be, I guess, risking. What your contract size is for you to take risks. It tells you when it's open, when that actual future is open. Contract units every 1,000 barrels. The trading hours is CME Global Index, and it's all in Central Time. Okay. Minimum price fluctuation, guys, that's usually what the ticks are. All right, since a lot of you trade NAS, we can look at NAS, and I'll show you guys. NAS gives you the price of where NAS is now, 180.77, and if you go down to volume, and you want to look for the most recent one, which is this one, the March 2024 one, and then you want to hop on over to the specs, and it says here $20 NAS $100 index when the market is open, and where's the what you call it here. So every 0.25 ticks is $5, 0.5 is $1, you know, depending on which one you're which contract you're trading, or which size contract you're trading. Okay, so this is a good website for you guys to go to for those of you that are interested in looking into futures, looking into trading futures. This is a site pretty much everybody uses, like Forex Factory, what most traders look at for news. For futures, CME Group is where it's at. Okay, so I hope that gives a lot of you some clarity. I've been getting a lot of questions lately regarding futures, contracts, all that good stuff. I'm still learning as I go, guys. I'm still learning it, so I don't have all the answers to everything, but I do my homework and I research and I look up things, and you guys should do the same so you guys can know what's happening. Okay, so good stuff. God damn it. Okay. Has anyone gotten their withdrawal from Fyntura? It says processed but haven't received it yet. Rashad, you need to be patient, my boy. Be patient. I use fundamental only US30. Okay, CL will keep you on the front month as well, trading view, so you don't always have to switch them out. Oh, okay. Well, it shows that, but sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. So I just like to log into my actual trading view account. I might have to just delete my desktop and re-download it so that it can show that, you know, because I've had it like that open for the longest now. So I might have to just redo it so that it can update, basically, so that I don't have to go back and forth. I don't mind though. It's not a big deal to me. It's no big deal. It's just bouncing from pair to pair. I have to open up my watch list, which is a little annoying to me. That's all that is. So I just gotta, you know, gotta get used to that. So no big deal. It's no big deal. You get used to it. So let's look at US30, what she's doing here. Let's look at US30, because oil, we can't really do anything. Oil is gone. Oil, I'm not jumping into oil. So let's focus on US30 here. So US30 here, we pushed up, we rejected with the market open, we rejected. It's 10 o'clock. It is 10 o'clock. Let me see, is Powell talking yet, guys? Has this guy started putting people to sleep yet? How Powell's testimony can report as a day ago. Is Powell talking? Let's see. Is he talking yet? Because I don't see anything happening just yet. We are vibing right now. Let's see.
They haven't started yet. So again, we're just kind of sitting on standby. Can y'all hear him talking in the background? If y'all can hear that, that's a great sign.
He is talking. He is talking right now. More jobs, good for economy, less rates, not good for stocks. Yeah, the stock market might be taking a hit shortly here. Bitcoin is flying and people are pulling their money out of stocks. Let me see here. Jerome, where you at, Jerome? Are you talking or what, Jerome? Jerome, I don't know. This might be a weird comment, but I never met a white guy and his name was Jerome. Any of y'all met somebody named Jerome who's white?
I'm on the high. That was running and win. Both of those are running. Yeah, bro. MPW is just going up 5. I think
everybody's live with this guy today, but the markets are not pumping right now.
They're getting back to some of these previous.
I guess he's not saying anything worth anything right now.
498. I mean, that's going to be a very good recovery for him.
Look at this guy with his stock alert. He has 6,000 people watching right now. Look at that. Look at how many traders we have that are on these charts right now today. Love it. Wait, is he on live or not?
MPW, isn't Snap getting killed?
Anybody know where I could go to watch him live?
At 1160 off the TikTok.
Because every time I try to find it on YouTube, I never find it. I get lucky every once in a while, but I never find it. Fed Chair Jerome Powell. Let me see. Fed Chair Powell speaks. Federal Reserve. Let's go to their channel and see. Let's go live. He's not talking yet. He's not talking yet. Powell, where you at? Where are you, Jerome? Come on, Jerome. Jerome is a very common French male name. Oh, okay, cool. Jerome. Somebody tell me if he's talking yet, please. Let me know if this guy starts talking yet. Is when he starts talking, because I want to know what he's gonna be talking about today. I know he better talk about interest rates. For sure better talk about that. Look at this guy. I wonder if he's older than Biden or if he's the same age as Biden. Fed Chair Reserve Jerome speaks after Fed holds interest rates steady. You can hold them, but we need you to drop them. That's what we need you to do right now, is to drop them. CNBC television. Let's go to CNBC. CNBC television live. He doesn't talk until 10:30. Oh, okay. Real estate problem still has not been dealt with. Real estate debt.
Sent you a link.
You sent me a link? Oh.
In the chat.
Oh, yes. I see it. Thank you. Copy link. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Randolph. Appreciate you, my guy. Because I'm over here looking for all these different links to find this guy talking. And they're saying he's not talking until 10:30. But why does have him talking at 10:30? Have him talking at 10. He just made Nas drop. Oh. Okay, so he's not talking yet. So we'll keep that in the background. We'll check back every few minutes to see.
Semi-annual monetary policy report. An inventive title we use semi-annually here on the committee. Without objection, all members will have 5 legislative days within which to submit extraneous materials to the chair for inclusion in the record. I will note at the outset that this hearing has a hard stop at 1 p.m., which will be strictly observed. I see Chairman Powell smile. It's just 3 hours. I'll now recognize myself for 4 minutes to give an opening statement, and welcome back, Chair Powell. Since you last appeared before the committee in June of 2023, the conversation in Washington surrounding inflation has shifted significantly. To be clear, it's not because an inflationary fire has been extinguished. From the most recent data available, food costs are up 21% since President Biden took office. Energy costs are up nearly 32%. Shelter costs are up.
Food costs up 21%.
More than 19%. And you'll pay 37% more for a dozen eggs in America today. As you stated in January, people are still paying more for the basics of life, and the prices they're paying are still high. Families aren't happy about it, as you know, and as our colleagues know. But according to the Biden administration, many of my Democratic colleagues, they should be thrilled. In an attempt to score political points, many in Washington have decided the best strategy is to tell people what they're feeling isn't actually accurate. They claim Bidenomics has brought down costs, and their partisan so-called American Rescue Plan put our economy back on the right track. Of course, we know the opposite is true, since inflation skyrocketed soon after the American Rescue Plan was enacted, which was predicted by several former Obama administration economic officials. Instead of working to solve the underlying issues causing high prices, the administration has played the blame game, citing corporate greed and so-called shrinkflation. Some Democrats have even trained fire on you, Chair Powell, blaming interest rate hikes which were necessitated by Democrat spending for the high cost in brazenly calling you to make cuts prematurely. It's highly inappropriate for lawmakers to attempt to influence monetary policy. Chairman Powell, I have faith that you will not allow politics to cloud your judgment in the fight to tackle inflation. As I've always said, you are a steady hand, and I believe you are committed to the Federal Reserve's independence, as am I. Just as you have rejected the outside pressures of politically motivated agendas, I hope you will be just as attuned to the threats of politicization when the calling is coming from inside the House. Vice Chairman Michael Barr's so-called holistic review of capital requirements and the fatally flawed Basel III endgame proposal represent a concerning trend of partisan proposals taking priority over supervision. This has real-world impacts, as we saw 1 year ago this month when the supervision and regulation arm of the Fed was late catching up to the effects of the acceleration of interest rates on the banking system. Americans were understandably shaken by last year's banking turbulence. As we continue to monitor potential instability, including bank exposure to commercial real estate, it's critical that the Fed keep its eye on the ball. This does not include enacting new, far-reaching, and ultimately harmful regulatory policy, though. As you know, members on both sides of the aisle, on this committee and in Congress, have made clear that the Basel III endgame proposal would be catastrophic for families, communities, and small businesses. Regulators should withdraw it and start over. I think that's the proper course with something as deeply flawed as the current proposal. Additionally, given that other significant proposals would have to fit holistically together, regulators cannot simply proceed with them as separate modules or using a cut-and-paste approach. Most importantly, as the Basel III endgame proposal is discarded or altered, I strongly urge you and other regulators not to finalize the long-term debt proposal. Instead, Chairman Powell, I would encourage you to stick to the task at hand and follow the data. The stakes are way too high to put politics over sound policy. With that, I yield back, and I'll now recognize the ranking member of the full committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back, Chair Powell. While I am pleased by the progress the Fed and the Biden administration have made to tackle inflation, we're not out of the woods yet. In fact, even though my Republican colleagues refuse to acknowledge this fact, housing is still the #1 driver of inflation. Based on the latest data, housing costs continue to make up nearly 70% of overall price increases, outpacing modest wage gains. This means that until we address the underlying housing supply shortage, Americans will continue to pay an increasing share of their income on housing. The affordability crisis will worsen, and inflation will remain too high. With that said, it's hard to understand why Republicans feign concern about the economy when they're unwilling to address the key driver of inflation, housing. In fact, Republicans have only put forward legislation that makes things worse for millions of Americans, including moving legislation to slash funding for federal housing programs, including in rural America, where homelessness is rising. This abysmal record on housing is par for the course for Republicans. Since they have been in the majority, they have convened only 6 hearings on housing, on top of launching baseless impeachment efforts, censoring members, and pushing our government to the brink of multiple government shutdowns. It's clear that Republicans are too focused on drama and chaos to deliver anything for the American people. That's not how Democrats roll. When I was chair of the committee during the 116th and 117th Congress, not only did we hold 55 hearings on housing, but I and my fellow Democrats enacted 12 critical housing bills into law in the last Congress alone that helped stymie of evictions, foreclosures, and homelessness, keeping millions of people stably housed during and after the pandemic. Unlike Republicans, we don't just talk about the issue. Democrats make law. As House Republicans continue to disappoint, committee Democrats are offering evidence-based solutions to keep a fair and affordable housing agenda at the top priority in Congress. That's why I and my Democratic colleagues reintroduced 3 groundbreaking bills to address the housing crisis and bring down inflation once and for all. This includes Housing Crisis Response Act, the Ending Homelessness Act, and the Down Payment Toward Equity Act. Together, these bills would create nearly 1.4 million affordable, accessible, and resilient homes, reduce housing costs in homelessness, and revive the American dream of home ownership for all. So, when my Republican colleagues are ready to get serious about our nation's economy and inflation, Democrats are ready to work with you to pass the bills into law. In fact, tomorrow at noon, I, committee Democrats, and more than 30 housing advocates will join together at a press conference to share just how important ending the affordable housing crisis is for the state of our union. And so I invite all of my Republican colleagues who say they care about this issue to come on and join us. I look forward to discussing this critical issue.
I'm waiting on Powell. Y'all keep an eye on it. Let me know when Powell starts talking. I don't know what they're talking about right now. It's not moving the market at all. What's up with US30 right now? US30 is just, I don't know if it's building up to move here because we are creating structure on the 5 minutes, a little bit on the 15 minutes, but we're still kind of in no man's land here. You know what I'm saying? Not too much safe in the way of buys from these lows, because if you were to look for long positions here, the safe stops would be below this area here, and even then there's still, you know what I'm saying, there's still data here and there's still data down here where the market could easily, you know what I'm saying, like come back and play around in this area, and you know what I'm saying, it's just risky. But let's see here, because I'm afraid to take buys from here to push on up. We already rejected these highs. Not saying we can't tap into them again, but we already rejected them once before, and it's a little risky. It's a little risky here. If I had to take a position, it was, damn, bro, I'm kind of nervous. Let me look at the 4 hour. What's the 4 hour doing? Hey, look at that 4 hour candle. Golly, look at that 4 hour candle, guys. Look, it's a doji. It's a doji. It is a doji. It doesn't know where it wants to go. We literally have to wait for this candle to finish. We have to wait for this candle to finish here. Golly. Hopefully this thing pushes, retests, and we can pull back and we can continue up. We can break this zone. I would like to see us break this. If not, we could easily come back down and create and continue creating bearish structure on down. That's a possibility also, but we don't have enough data here, guys. There's not enough data. This 4 hour push is a doji. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting. Just waiting. What's this range here? 158 points inside this range. Mamacita. Crazy. Oh. We lost sound. Not sure if that was intentional. You guys should still be able to hear the sound on the computer if I mute my mic. It's just the mic that's muted, not the computer. So I don't know why the Zoom chat lost sound. That is odd to me. If I mute my mic, it's the outside noise you shouldn't be able to hear. But if the computer is still talking, you should be able to hear that.
Past year. For 2023 as a whole, gross domestic product increased 3.1%, bolstered by solid consumer demand and improving supply conditions. Activity in the housing sector was subdued over the past year, largely reflecting high mortgage rates. High interest rates also appear to have been weighing on business fixed investment. The labor market remains relatively tight, but supply and demand conditions have continued to come into better balance. Since the middle of last year, payroll job gains have averaged 239,000 jobs per month, and the unemployment rate has remained near historical lows at 3.7%. Strong job creation has been accompanied by an increase in the supply of workers, particularly among individuals aged 25 to 54, and a continued strong pace of immigration. Job vacancies have declined, and nominal wage growth has been easing. Although the jobs to workers gap has narrowed, labor demand still exceeds the supply of available workers. The strong labor market over the past 2 years has also helped to narrow long-standing disparities in employment and earnings across demographic groups. Inflation has eased notably over the past year, but remains above the FOMC's longer-run goal of 2%. Total personal consumption expenditures prices rose 2.4% over the 12 months ending in January. Excluding the volatile food and energy categories, core PCE prices rose 2.8%, a notable slowing from 2022 that was widespread across both goods and services prices. Long-term inflation expectations appear to have remained well anchored, as reflected by a broad range of surveys of households, businesses, and forecasters, as well as measures from financial markets. After significantly tightening the stance of monetary policy,
He ain't talking about nothing. He's not.
The FOMC has maintained the target range for the federal funds rate at 5.25% to 5.5%
Talking
since
about
its meeting last July.
Y'all are
We
funny.
continued to shrink our balance sheet at a brisk pace and in a predictable manner. A restrictive stance of monetary policy is putting downward pressure on economic activity and inflation. We believe that our policy rate is likely at its peak for this tightening cycle. If the economy evolves broadly as expected, it will likely be appropriate to begin dialing back policy restraint at some point this year. But the economic outlook is uncertain, and ongoing progress toward our 2% objective for inflation is not assured. Reducing policy restraint too soon or too much could result in a reversal of progress we've seen in inflation, and ultimately require even tighter policy to get inflation back to 2%. At the same time, reducing policy restraint too late or too little could unduly weaken economic activity and employment. In considering any adjustments to the target range for the policy rate, we will carefully assess the incoming data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risks. The committee does not expect that it will be appropriate to reduce the target range until it has gained greater confidence that inflation is moving sustainably toward 2%. We remain committed to bringing inflation back down to our 2% goal and to keeping longer-run inflation expectations well anchored. Restoring price stability is essential to set the stage for achieving maximum employment and stable prices over the longer run. To conclude, we understand that our actions affect communities, families, and businesses across the country. Everything we do is in service to our public mission. We at the Federal Reserve will do everything we can to achieve our maximum employment and price stability goals. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Powell. And I should have noted this at the outset, but this is your 25th testimony before the U.S. Congress as Chair of the Federal Reserve. And We thank you for your service and your commitment to congressional oversight. Very much appreciated. I'll now recognize myself for 5 minutes for purposes of questions. Let's begin with what's top of mind. We have two issues that are top of mind with the Fed: regulatory policy with the bar proposal, the micro bar proposal on capital, and interest rates. We're in a political year, and the lens.
No setup on US30 right now, guys, in the way of scalping. No setup, no volume, no setup. This guy talking did not move the market one iota.
Of a political year falls heavily on all government, all parts of government. There's a lot of debate about the past 3 years of high inflation and impact on American families. And now that inflation is receding, there's been a great deal of speculation about when the Fed would cut rates. Some say that it's going to be a lot of rate cutting this year. Some say none. What say you?
I say that really it will depend on the path of the economy. Our focus is on maximum employment and price stability, and the incoming data as they affect the outlook, and those are the things we'll be looking at. I can go further if you'd like.
He answered the question without saying nothing at all. He didn't say nothing in that answer. He didn't answer that man's question at all on what he just said.
Point will the Fed be forced to cut rates? What does the data? What kind of data would you point to?
Are you cutting rates or not? Is what he's asking him.
And do you have any updates there?
What we've said is that the committee would like to see more data that confirm and make us more confident that inflation is moving sustainably down to 2%. We have some confidence of that. Inflation, headline inflation has moved down more than 3 full percentage points now to 2.4%, as I mentioned in my remarks. We want to see a little bit more data so that we can become confident, so that we can take that step of beginning to reduce policy rates. It's a very important step. We think because of the strength in the economy and the strength in the labor market, the progress we've made, we can approach that step carefully and thoughtfully and with greater confidence. And when we reach that confidence, the expectation is we will do so sometime this year. We can then begin dialing back the restriction on our policy.
Well, let's pivot to regulatory policy. Chair Powell?
Yeah, he's not saying shit. He's not saying anything. Gotta love politicians, boy. You gotta love them, man. They know exactly what to say without saying anything at all. My goodness. Ooh. Well, he spoke, guys, and it did not move the market. I really don't care what he has to say. I just wanted to see how his words, how his remarks were going to move the market, and they didn't move it at all. So we can forget about that. So what am I saying for US30? I would like to see if we can hold this area. Now, this is only a 15-minute, barely a 30-minute support. Definitely not a 1 hour or 4 hour support here. We have to wait for volume, guys. We had to wait for volume. There's no volume right now. We're just waiting to see. We had that 930 push, and that was it. We have a little retracement here. If we hold this area of support, we could continue up. If not, and we break this area of support, more than likely, I'll be looking for the market to break below, come back and retest, and find its way back down and retest into support. So now it's just a waiting game. We just have to be patient and wait for some sort of data to tell us where we think the market is going to go. You don't want to enter right now because you're not sure. I'm not sure. You know, I don't know about you guys. I'm not sure. I don't want to take the risk of looking for a rushed entry and, you know, getting clapped just because I can't wait for more data. You know, it's only 10 o'clock, 10:30. We have plenty of time for New York session to move, to play out. Yesterday, it did the same thing, kind of played around a little bit after 9:30, and then around 10, 11, it started really pushing. So it's just patience, just waiting, and we'll be fine. We'll find a good setup, and that's that. For the buy positions, we have a 150 pip or point range, and for the sell position, we have well over 200 point drop, same as yesterday. So we'll see what the market wants to do, and we'll wait and see what happens. Unfortunately, The YouTube chat won't be as fortunate to catch the setup if we catch it, because I'm going to be ending the live in about half an hour or so here, and then just focusing on my private group, and we will see if we can catch a similar setup that we caught yesterday. So we will see how that's going to play out. So we'll see. I'm in US30 sells. Cool. You see why he's been the chair now for more than 20 years? Bro is too smooth. I'm telling you, he's a finesser. He knows he's a finesser. He knows exactly what to say. He knows exactly what to say. He's just thinking about his next nap right now. He's like, man, I gotta get out of here. I'm really sleepy right now. He just wants to take a nap at this point. I can't believe this man be shaking up the market like that. Yeah. Yeah. Be like that sometimes. Be like that sometimes. Oh, I'm hungry. Get something to eat. UGY. Thank you for the 99 cents. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Good morning. Are we live now? This is my first time on. Canvas ain't working. Where can we locate your group to join? You have to wait and see when I drop the wait list. When I open up the wait list. He's still talking? Oh my god. Homie is still talking over there. Ugh. Charlene, I have columns in the same area where my candles are. How do you turn columns off and make them disappear? Columns? I don't understand that question. I don't know what you mean by columns. I have zones. I don't have any columns on my chart. I have zones. US30 better go down. I'm in a cell. You can't trade like that, man. The anxiety is killing me. You can't trade like that, guys. When you hope trade, you're... Why are you adding that much stress to yourself? It better go down. Trust me, when it's like that, it never goes your way. He said it better go down. I've been there. Trust me. Trust me, guys. I have been there. I've been there.
piece of candy bar that you could.
Can someone tell me what a normal amount of money for a 23-year-old in their savings account should be? I'm just asking because I'm just a little curious because some of my friends say that they're like, oh my God, I'm so broke. I just have $15,000 in my bank account. you just said you could put a fucking down payment on a car. What do you mean? I just have enough nickels to scrounge up to get me a little McDouble. Whoa, what's happening? Some people are talking about how they have negative and they're in so much debt. They're in $2,000 of debt in their credit card. I'm too scared to get a debit card. I mean a credit card because I don't trust myself. I do not trust myself. I can't remember how much money I spent in life. I just checked my bank account. I'm so scared. I don't know how much a normal amount is. Help!
I got a couple comments like this, so I want to break this down. Why is it bad for the economy if middle-class people can afford basic needs, like a car, a house, a bed, the things that people bought with their stimulus money, right? We know what people bought with their stimulus money. They paid off debt and they bought necessities for their lives and their homes. If that causes inflation, then the system we have is broken and unethical. However, that doesn't cause inflation. What causes inflation was the PPP loans that never got paid back. That wealthy people and businesses got to take out a bunch of money and just line their own pockets, essentially. Then you have the price gouging corporations that are continuing to make inflation high, on top of allowing these companies to rake in record profits. The working class and the middle class are never to blame for our financial problems. There is way too much money concentrated at the top for our small monetary choices to be making this big of a difference. If the system can't handle people having cars and homes and medicine and basic necessities, then the system needs to go.
I don't think a system can justify somebody working full time and then they don't get paid enough money to even survive. I think that system has failed to prove itself as being the best system. I want to reward the hard work. And my point is, I feel like the hard work is not being rewarded right now.
Bring back $900 rent. I keep telling y'all we all need to go on a rent strike. Every state all together at the same time. That's the only way they'll stop increasing rent. And what safety nets do you have in place for all of the people who are suddenly going to be unhoused? This is by no means the first time I've seen something like this, but when we're talking about irresponsible organizing, this is what we're talking about. Telling people to put their housing at risk, knowing full well that many of them have nowhere else to go, and if they get evicted, that means they are on the street. To just stop paying rent and do a rent strike without doing any of the work to provide safety and safety nets and support for those people is incredibly irresponsible. There should absolutely be rent caps. Rent should be lower. Rent is insane. The rental market needs more regulation. It's out of control. And yes, a rent strike can be a way to achieve that. But if you do not already have all of these safety nets put in place for the people who are going to be striking, it's going to fall apart incredibly quickly. And the most vulnerable people will be in even worse places than they were at the beginning. You need to have infrastructure in place for this to work.
Let me ask everybody on here, when have you ever noticed a piece of candy bar that you can always get from the store is damn near almost $3 now? That shit used to be 75 cents back in 09. Why is it so high now? There's another distraction for us. I ain't even trying to cat see because there's something behind closed doors. You got this Cat Williams BS that keeps popping on my feed. You got everything else that keeps popping on my feed. Something has to be coming. What should I always do? Pause. But you feel me? Like, I did not realize that every distraction is coming with a bigger bad result. Y'all tell me what y'all think, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. When has a snick, I'm gonna tell you, let's say you're getting a piece of candy from the gas station. Sometimes, back in, a few years ago, maybe.
Y'all, these things are so funny. I've been watching them. I watched them for 3 hours yesterday. It was so funny. So funny. Anyway, guys, there's no volume right now. I'm gonna wrap up the YouTube live and just, yay, look at oil. Yep, oil gone. Oil was not pulling back, honey. Oil was gone. I'm gonna kick it with the private group for a little bit. And we will call it a day with YouTube. There's no volume right now. Gonna be looking for a setup on US30 once we get a little bit of volume here a little later. But other than that, that's all I got for y'all, YouTube fam. Y'all be good. No live stream tomorrow. I'll be back on Friday. All right. So y'all be good. It's your favorite female trader, SIMPLEFX, and I'm out. Peace.